Okay, so I'm watching this Chris Brown documentary on HBOMAX, right? And so they talking about him. They talked about the Rihanna situation, and now he's to the part where he's with Karuchi. And like my first question with Rihanna is, why didn't nobody question why he was wilding out like that? Like, why was he losing self control? Because like, where did his discipline go that he could not put his hands on her? Like, what was going on in his mind? For me, that tells me he was in a rageful state. You know what was going on there? Because I don't think that Rihanna could have done anything to make him like really that mad. They did have a violent relationship, but it's like he just started going too far. And so he was in the industry, and then he spent time with Diddy and stuff like that. So it's like, and then if you go to his past, he watched his stepfather beat his mom, and that caused him, he was diagnosed with bipolar disorder and PTSD. So I get that from an inner child healing perspective. Like, even though he didn't like this man beating his mother, it was a pattern that he saw. And he's a boy, right? He's a man. That's a man. So that's what men do to women. Like, nobody ever really effectively sat down to update his programming and say, this is not how you treat women. Because he saw his mother take it for so long. So within him, that was right. That behavior pattern was normal, just like that of molestation or anything. Some people don't know that that type of behavior is wrong on a subconscious level, right? And so then the doctor lady was saying, you know, even though he was diagnosed with these things, we shouldn't be making excuses for him to be able to do the things he's doing. And I totally agree with her. But I also want to add to it that from a subconscious level, he's functioning that way. He don't know what he doing is wrong, because when did he actually get in trouble? He said to suffer no real consequences. So what communication could be coming to him in life to say, Chris, this is not proper behavior? Especially because the inner child part has not been worked out. So subconsciously, he is functioning as well as he can for himself based on what happened to him in his childhood. It's like, I felt that way too. Like, people... I've looked at that perspective. Like, people still have to be responsible for themselves. Listen, I done did some shit that after I looked at it, I'm like, what the fuck? Where did that come from? You know, like, I've heard stories and situations where people say, I really don't know why I did what I did. And when you deal with trauma on like high levels and stuff and close personal, like in your space, it has effects on us that we can't even readily identify all of them. They just manifest and we deal with it from there. So again, my question is, why couldn't Chris Brown like discipline himself? Because he need his subconscious reprogram. Excuse me, confirmation. He need a subconscious reprogram so that he can know that you don't do that to women. You don't be violent towards women. Like, this is a part of his makeup. This is a part of his inner foundation, that this is what you do to women. And look at the world around us and how women are treated. How can we expect them? They get off. They don't get in trouble. You know what I mean? And the ones that do, it ain't enough of them. Here's the thing. We can lock them up, throw away the key, but it still don't fix the problem, because people like them pop up more and more every day. We got to go to the subconscious and get to reprogramming some shit and fix it at the root. Otherwise, this will continue to be our existence, and we just get fired up over this shit every time. And it is emotionally taxing. But it is literally the same thing over and over and over again, because we're not going to the root of the problem.